path untold, every heart worth more than gold. One light becomes another flame, no one rises all the same. Hand in hand the circle grows, stronger everywhere it flows. We build together, we rise as one, every journey has begun. Discovery lights the way, knowledge turns the night to day. Side by side we stand and see what tomorrow still can be. One network, endless possibility. Beyond the shelves where wisdom sleeps, a promise every dreamer keeps. Open every hidden door, find the life you're searching for. Light the lands and turn the page, every soul becomes a sage. Share the knowledge, break the chains, hope is built where courage remains. One light becomes another flame, no one rises all the same. Hand in hand the circle grows, stronger everywhere it flows. We build together, we rise as one, every journey has begun. Discovery lights the way, knowledge turns the night to day. Side by side we stand and see what tomorrow still can be. One network, endless possibility. One light becomes 1,000 more, knowledge shared becomes our power. Together we discover tomorrow. We don't wait for someone else, we become the change ourselves. Every lesson freely shared multiplies because we care. Learn, build, grow, let your purpose show. Every voice adds to the fire, every dream climbs higher. Not a throne, not a crown, but countless heads that won't back down. Every mind, every soul, every piece becomes the whole. One light becomes another flame, no one rises all the same. Hand in hand the circle grows, stronger everywhere it flows. We build together, we rise as one, every journey has begun. Discovery lights the way, knowledge turns the night to day. Side by side we stand and see what tomorrow still can be. One network, endless possibility. One light becomes 1,000 more, knowledge shared becomes our power. Together we discover tomorrow.
We have people to celebrate. We don't need people who bring the hate. We don't need people who separate from the unity that we require. Our unity ignites our fire. Integrity, dignity, and grace. This is what you'll receive when you enter this space. We ask you for the same, but if you don't, we will call you by name. We have people to celebrate. We don't need people who bring the hate. We don't need people who separate from the unity that we require. Our unity ignites our fire. Respect flows freely, communication A community is built I see you and you see me. Kindness doesn't mean weakness, and boundaries aren't censorship. Just because we smile doesn't mean that we'll take your shit. Whoa, we have people to celebrate. We don't need people who bring the hate. We don't need people who separate from the unity that we require. Our unity ignites our fire. It ignites our fire. Let's take a stroll. I'll bring the basket. If you have a question, go ahead and ask it. Oh, look, a rabbit. Let's take a stroll. I'll bring the basket. If you have a question, go ahead and ask it. Oh, look, a rabbit. Oh.
Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Seems that I have a little bit of an accompaniment into the rabbit hole this fine evening. Thank you all for joining me. I'm not sure if she is still here, but she sure did drop that chat in here very early. So thank you very much, Book of RLM. Appreciate you very much. All right, and we've definitely got the Crucible Crusader in here, moderating nice and strong. Just remember, we smile and laugh a lot, but if you bring things in here that don't belong here, hammer. All right, anyways. So you are in. I hope you've enjoyed the music. The stream is starting now, so let's get rid of this. Okay, got that. So if you have found yourself here and you do not know how you have found yourself here, or you're subscribed and this is the first time that you're watching any of my content, you have found yourself on the DSD Network channel, and I am your not so humble host, Darkside Deaconess, otherwise known as DSD. Yeah, that's me. Anyways, so up there, look, I'm getting so good at this now. In the right-hand corner of your screen is a GoFundMe QR code. There you're going to find a little bit of a story about what I'm doing here, why this channel even exists, what I'm doing this for. So if you would like to know the story, no, it's not going to ask you for money as soon as you scan it. But 50% of my viewers do tend to view from their computers. So that means 50% of my viewers probably have a second device, which would be your phone that you could scan that code with just to read the story. If you do not want to, or you cannot contribute, if you wouldn't mind sharing that link, that share could be worth as much as, an unlimited dollar amount. It is an unlimited dollar amount because one share leads to another share, needs to another share. So I would appreciate that if you wouldn't mind. A little bit of housekeeping before we get started. I know my Aussies are super excited for this night. Super duper excited. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Yes. Crucible Crusader, thank you so much for dropping that. Drama farming is not accepted here, and anyone making an attempt to do so will receive a 24-hour timeout. This is your first warning. That means if you do it while you're in the chat, that is your second warning. And after your second warning, you don't get a third warning. You get banned. Take your personal crap to a drama stream. We know those all exist. We know sometimes all of us like to see a little bit of it, but it doesn't belong here and it doesn't happen here. So thank you very much. Yeah, please and thank you. DSD, that's me. Okay? All right, thanks. I don't know who this person is, but Cosmic Christie 79 says there is a link to Cadbury's and the original Yowie Hunter Dean Harrison. He won. I don't know what that means. I've never seen you in my chat, but welcome in. Thank you so much for visiting the DSD network. So again, let me get a little bit of housekeeping done. I do need to go over the Grifty Bag goal and whatnots. So there's that. I do usually run a bi-weekly Grifty Bag goal. It's my dono bank name, Grifty Bag. I thought it was funny. Anyways, through August 11th, it is $1,370. It's not usually that much. The goal as of yesterday, actually, so the 31st, was $200. I just need to change the date on that. I'll do that after I get done explaining. The reason that it's almost twice as much as it usually is because I'll be taking up to a week off of streaming, and streaming is how I'm currently making my money. Getting that GoFundMe up there really helps. There are other Grifty Bag links pinned in the chat that are Cash App as well as Stream Elements. You don't share my information. I don't share yours, especially, the GoFundMe. Please just have some mutual respect for me that I will have for you if you decide to read my story and or make a donation. Yes, it is public information, but it doesn't actually need to be out there for those who don't actually need it. So thank you very much for that. All right. So you have found yourself at Conspiracy Grove. Conspiracy Grove is all about conspiracy theories. Now, if you've come here for a religious conspiracy theory, I can't talk, conspiracy theory, or a political conspiracy theory, or anything that gets too close to a religious conspiracy theory, you won't find that here. I usually do ones that are, well, they're kind of silly to me. If they're not kind of silly to you, I'm sorry. I have a box of tissues waiting for you. But I just don't take very many of the conspiracy theories very serious. I am a moderate conspiracy theorist. I stop at the point in the rabbit hole where stuff starts to get whoo-hoo to me. Okay. Again, to you, it might not be whoo-hoo, but to me it is, and that's okay. Some people think I'm an extreme conspiracy theorist because I even do the research on this stuff. Well, I'm an info junkie and I like to learn about things, so here we are. All right. Let's see. Let me change the date on this real quick so I don't forget. I'm going to run tonight like I did Dark Origins, and that is at the end of the content. If we can get the Grifty Bag up to a certain amount, I will open the panel. I know I have some Aussies out there that are just dying to talk about their Yowie sightings. So get that Grifty Bag up. Give me your doll hairs and all your coinage. All right. Sorry. No, I'm not. I need to stop distracting myself. Okay. Edit, through, this is, so now, yeah, so this is going to be through 7/31 because this is the balance as of yesterday. Okay, so there's that. So we're all ready to go. All right. See if I have to do another chat check. What's up, Panchuchin? I don't know. Did I delete what? I don't think I deleted anything. Did somebody come in and make a comment and then delete it? Because I didn't see nothing. But anyways, again, welcome in, Panchuchin. I know Panchuchin was super excited for this last week, but I had a mental crisis. And so he just had to wait until this week. And here he is. Yay. All right. Okay, you ready? Got to lower the lights. Hold on. What the hell just happened? Oh, I disappeared. I had to lower the lights. Maybe that's a little too low. There we go. We're going to dim the lights. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I got more people coming in. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Missing mod. Is there? Okay. You know what? Oh, I think I know what probably happened. Okay. Before I get started, hold on. Did missing mod say something and you forgot she was a female and you deleted it? What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened, but if missing mod, hi, I can't. Hi. You ready? Australian Bigfoot, let's go. Okay, you guys got to get me. You got to get it. You got to get your mood down. Okay, you got to get ready for this. All right, because you have to set the scene. You got to set the scene. Did she call me beautiful or something? And you thought she was a dude? Oh, did she delete her? I didn't see a message. Did she delete her own message? Missing mod, did you come in my chat all hot? God, I'm getting so distracted from setting the scene for this, okay? All right. Anyways, hello, beautiful. Welcome to my conspiracy theory rabbit hole. Let's go. In. All right. Lower the lights. Close your eyes. Or just don't lower the lights, but close your eyes. Okay. Ready? Imagine standing in the Australian bush. I wish I could make a really good Australian accent, but I can't. No roads, no city lights, no cell service. Just endless eucalyptus forest stretching across one of the oldest landscapes on Earth. The air smells of damp leaves and red earth. I don't know what it smells like, but whatever you think it smells like, imagine that. The wind carries sounds that don't seem quite familiar. Somewhere in the distance, a branch snaps. Sorry. I can't keep myself composed. For tens of thousands of years, Aboriginal Australians have lived throughout the continent, preserving cultural knowledge through oral traditions, ceremony, storytelling, and law. Centuries later, the European settlers arrived. Land thieves. The Europe just goes around stealing land from everybody, don't they? American Indians, Aboriginals. How dare they? Colonizers. Anyways, back to the story. Then came newspaper reports. Hunters, stockmen, surveyors, police officers, campers, entire families. Their descriptions often shared familiar features. A large figure covered in dark hair, walking upright, watching from the tree line, leaving enormous footprints, sometimes screaming, sometimes throwing rocks, always disappearing before anyone could get too close. Historical Australian newspapers containing reports and discussions of alleged hairy bush beings can be searched through the National Library of Australia's Trove archive. So today, Australia knows this mystery by one name, the Yowie. Yep, that's what we're here for, the Yowie. But was it always called that? I don't think so. Who first reported it? I have no idea. I'm not Australian, and I've never heard of this thing until recently. What evidence actually survives? A lot of oral and like written stuff, probably. Unless somebody has pictures on their phone they want to send me. And how much of today's legend has grown beyond the historical record? Tonight, we step into the bush, the bush, the bush. Sorry for the sound effects that I don't have. Okay. Let me take a little break. Do a little chat check. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Give me just a minute. I know my face just distorted. Give me just a minute. I got to do some housekeeping in the back. Give me a second. All right. Thank you there, trusty moderator, Crucible Crusader. I appreciate you. All right. Smells like a eucalyptus campfire. I got something flying. I have eucalyptus shower bombs, or the shower tab things. They're like bath bombs, but they're tabs, and you put them on the floor in the shower when you take a shower. It smells delicious. I love it. It's very calming. I don't know why people in Australia aren't more calm with all that shit around. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. All right. Shut up, lady. Back to the story. Okay. So here we are, Conspiracy Grove. And tonight, our episode is dedicated to our Australian community, which is actually, next to my American subscribers, my second largest subscriber base. Okay. So I have the United States in first place, obviously. And then Australia comes in a strong second. And then Canada. So, and then somewhere in Eastern Europe. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Somebody talking about magpies, I see. Hold on, let me get back over here. What's up, World Radio? Hello, sir. The Vic shower floor tabs are good, too. Probably. They got that stuff in them. Penchuchin. We are not afraid of deadly snakes and spiders. We are afraid of the Yowie. Oh, and magpies, which are not magpies. They are a type of butcher bird. I know what magpies are. I've heard of those things. I've heard of those. I would not like to be walking down the street and have a bird just dart at my head. You guys should like walk around with helmets on and like body armor. Okay. All right, back to it, lady. So I really hope that we can get that grifty bag up to the goal amount that I set, so that our Australian friends can come up and talk about either their own experience with the Yowie or people that they know that have had experience with the Yowie. I really, really want to hear this. I want you to tell me where I went wrong, or where not really like where I went wrong, but obviously I don't know anything about Australia except for what you tell me, and this research that I've done. So let's get into it. So just like always, our objective isn't to convince anyone what to believe. It is not, it is to separate evidence into the categories where it belongs. So we're just going to look at the evolution of the stories, or of, from the beginning, as far back as we can get, and just explore the stories and the evolution of it. So we're going to take a look at 4 different kinds of evidence. First, we're going to take a look at indigenous traditions. Second is going to be the historical documents. And third is going to be eyewitness testimony. Fourth, scientific investigation. Those 4 things are often blended together. And tonight we're going to carefully pull them apart, because asking better questions usually leads to better answers. So before we begin, I'm going to give you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answers to put in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'm not going to do a poll in StreamYard because it was take too long for me to type all this in, and I didn't get it ready for beforehand. Maybe next time I'll do it that way. Okay. But tonight we're going to do it this way, because obviously I'm unprepared sometimes in that way. I didn't think about doing a poll, but now I'm doing it. Okay. Stop prattling, lady. Let's go. Where do you currently stand on the Yowie? The Yowie is an undiscovered animal. The Yowie is based on misidentifications. The Yowie is primarily folklore. Excuse me, sorry. The Yowie is something supernatural. I'm honestly undecided. Or any variation of those answers will be perfectly fine, because I'm not going to reread those answers to you, and no wrong answers. So we're here to investigate. Let's go. So exciting. All right. So one of the biggest misconceptions that I've found surrounding the Yowie begins before anyone even mentions giant footprints. Many documentaries open with a statement like, the Aboriginal people have always believed in the Yowie. It sounds reasonable. It's also a little bit misleading, in my most unhumble opinion. Australia was never one culture, therefore we can, I guess we can't pretty obviously say that there wouldn't be just one single name for this type of creature. But it would make sense, since there are cultural differences between cultures, and then also like similar things like cultural variations, like we learned about with like the boogeyman, right? There's so many different variations. Australia has one. I want to talk about that tonight too, if we can get an open panel. Okay. So if I need to take a break, when I take a break, I'll do the goal or whatever. Let's just go. Stop trying to figure shit out, lady, and let's get on with the show. All right. So the Aboriginal Australia has never represented one single culture, language, or united system of belief. So the content contains hundreds of distinct Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander groups with their own languages, histories, laws, customs, and relationships with country. So here we're going to pause for a source break. Because I want to show you where you can go to learn about the Aboriginal culture and the Torres Strait Islander culture. Obviously, if you're not in Australia, or if you are in Australia and you don't know about this. So let's go ahead and share my screen so we can take a look at these. Hello, Jess. Oh, come on. Oh, let's just do this. There we go. Comments on stage. What is happening? Listen, StreamYard, I'm going to need you to cooperate there. Here we go. Yeah, that's better. All right. Okay. Let me get this the way I like it. So I don't like it like that. I like it like this. Yeah. Okay. So this is, well, that's not the screen I was trying to get to. Okay. There we go. So this is one of the links that is listed in the source list in the description of the video. So you can go here to learn about Aboriginal history, all kinds of neat and nifty things. Tell you a little bit about, the history, right? So, so the Australian Museum's First Nations material emphasizes the cultural and historical diversity of Indigenous Australian people rather than presenting them as one homogenous population. That distinction does matter because imagine someone saying Europeans believe or Americans believe, right? Like, first of all, in Europe, are you talking about Irish, Greek, Portuguese? In America, are you talking about West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, Southern, Upper New England? Like, which Americans are you talking about? There's a different culture in different regions and smaller localities. So you can't just say that like one whole people believes the same thing. I think that, again, we found that out with the boogeyman and the tooth fairy even, right? Because those had different types of variations. So their cultures, histories, and beliefs are not interchangeable, and Australia deserves that same precision. And when we speak of Aboriginal traditions, we're not talking about one people or one single body of folklore. We are talking about many distinct communities. And for much of the 19th and early 20th centuries, Western scholars frequently treated written records as inherently superior to oral traditions. Oral tradition is not primitive history. Modern scholarship has challenged that assumption that it is. So oral traditions can preserve geography, genealogy, environmental knowledge, cultural law, historical memory, and accounts of natural events. And yes, while the accuracy of them can be questioned and or distorted, as long as we do the best to maintain the integrity of oral records, then we can stay as close to the truth as possible. But we all know that it happens that, people revise things, right? Okay. So researchers Dwayne Hamacher or Haymaker or Hamacher, I don't know how to say it. Make fun of me if you want to. Hamacher. That's it. And Ray Norris examined Aboriginal traditions associated with astronomical and geological phenomena and argued that some stories may preserve cultural memories of real natural events. This is going to take us to our next. Oh, nope, not yet. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. So it is going to take us to our next source break. So let me get over here to you guys. To a chat check before we move on. Just said it's live entertainment to watch someone get swooped by magpies. So good. Hold on, let me move this thing out of the way. This is in the way. There we go. I know you want to see my awesome face. All of it. My logo is in the way. Okay, back over here to do my chat check. All right. Also, she said Panchuchin saying you're scared of magpies is gay. You proved it for her. Good job. All right. Yowie, the one similar to Bigfoot. Yeah, I believe so. And Jess says that there is a lot of land and very little population here, lots of stuff hiding in the bushes and lots of places to go missing. Yeah, it's really cool because the more and more I read about like I guess like what would be considered the outback, I get, or I don't know. It just seems a lot like the Aboriginal. It just seems a lot like where I'm from in the United States. It just sounds like this is like the Australian version of the Appalachian hillbillies. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not an insult. It's not. It just that's what it reminds me of. So as I was reading through some of these things. So again, let's get to the next source. So this is going to bring us to the Australian Aboriginal geomythology, eyewitness accounts of cosmic impacts. So you have the abstract here. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like way too long to read through. So again, we'll go through little bits of it. So the abstract says description of cosmic impacts and meteorite falls are found throughout Australian Aboriginal oral traditions. In some cases, these texts describe the impact event in detail, whether cosmic impacts and meteorite falls have been witnessed. I gotta make this bigger. And give me just a second. I have returned. Okay, let's get back to this. Oh, wrong one. All right, there we go. Now I can see because I'm old and blind. Ah! All right, descriptions of cosmic impacts and meteorite falls are found throughout Australian Aboriginal oral traditions. In some cases, these texts describe, wait a minute. Hold on. Aboriginal geomythology, eyewitness of cosmic impacts. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. So from a scientific perspective, the arrival of humans in Australia is a matter of contentious debate. From approximately 70,000 to 15,000 years ago, the sea level was much lower than it is today. During this period, Tasmania, Australia, and New Guinea were a single landmass called Sahel. Aren't you guys glad you got away from New Guinea? Would you guys be a part of Papua New Guinea if it was? It's okay. Okay, we're moving on. It's believed that humans migrated to Sahel. I think that's how you say it. If somebody wants to make fun of how I'm saying that later, well, then you better tell people to send money to my grifty bag and we can have an open panel and you can make fun of me for saying these things wrong. It is believed that humans migrated to Sahel in multiple waves from Southeast Asia, though it seems Aboriginal Australians share a common genetic thread with people from southern India as opposed to Indonesia or Malaysia. The exact date of human arrival to Sahel is uncertain. I need to know how to say that. But solid archaeological evidence suggests that Australia has been inhabited for at least the last 45,000 years. Some archaeological sites suggest an earlier arrival date, such as 60,000 to 70,000 years at Lake Mungo in New South Wales, and 60,000 years in Nawalabilla. 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 I'm going to write a song. Nawalabilla. Okay, anyways. At Nawalabilla. Nawalabilla. Okay, you can make fun of me for that one too. In the Northern Territory. However, further analyses of these sites have constrained the age between 40,000 and 50,000 years. It is generally accepted by mainstream archaeologists that the age of human habitation of Australia is at least 40,000 years. From the perspective of many Aboriginal communities, Aboriginal Australians have always been in Australia, and their cosmologies describe the origins of their ancestors and traditions in various forms. These cosmologies are recorded in the oral tradition, which itself is passed down subsequent generations, evolving as new events are incorporated into art, song, and storyline. So these oral texts preserve the knowledge, moral codes, laws, and traditions necessary for the survival, cohesion, and social structure of the community. There's a little excerpt here. It says, it is very difficult as things stand for anyone, scholar or layman, to gain an overall impression of the nature and extent of our Aboriginal oral tradition. So you kind of start to get the idea of why it's so important. These people have been there for a very long time. Archaeology finds prove that at least 40,000 years human beings have existed on those lands. So there wasn't any written language 40,000 years ago. So how do we think that they communicated and passed things down? It is this way for most human for most human history. Written language is relatively new in the way of communication, and like this, letters and words like this. So I think that we may all understand why oral tradition is so important. So trying to just hammer it home here tonight that, when it comes to the existence and or sightings of the Yowie, we have to remember that oral tradition matters, and most of the evidence that survives is from oral is oral. What? Okay, I can't even think or talk. Never mind. Okay, chat check real quick before we move on. There's a lot going on. My chat looks very live tonight. Very live. Very lively. On-screen chat. Great. Now I can't say bad words. Yeah, so Jess is right, and I found this. There's different names for them because it's such a massive piece of land, right? And I think that later on in the chat, yeah, here it is. We have the population of California and almost the same amount of land as the U.S. Think about that. Yeah. So a lot of what I think in the United States, sorry, Freudian slip. The United States, we think about like our ultra rural mountain people. Like that's what I'm comparing the Aboriginals to. For the most part. And it's not for funnies. Panchuchin says that Jess and him are going to fight someday. She's a good one, but needs her and put in her place from time to time. She does scare me, though. Okay, Dragstar. So let's see. Oh, yes, Crucible Crusader dropped those Grifty Bag links down in there. I'll do that check in just a little bit. But, you know, if you want to send it in, go for it. Wait a minute. Where's Mushroom? Did somebody, Infected Mushroom came in? How come I didn't see it? I did not see Infected Mushroom's message. Is Infected Mushroom in here? Hello. Hello, Shadow. Long time no see, sir. Hope everything is well with you and your family. Prayers of many, many blessings. Yeah. It's oral. It's all oral tradition. So, and we'll take a look at that. There's stuff like I can't access, but I mean, because I can't go to the library in Australia, right? But I can show you the accounts. You know, when we get to that point where it's time to do that, like one of those sources up there, you know, is a list of oral account, like where the oral story has been told by the person who has seen it. So it's been written down as the person told the story. It's really information, or it's really interesting, not information. Very cool. Very cool. It's good to see you here. Hopefully your Saturday is going well. All right. So all right. So, you know, given that, and I think that most of us here would agree that not all oral claims are true, or maybe the person thinks they saw something, but they didn't, you know, so it doesn't mean that every traditional account should be interpreted as literally historical or a zoological report. But neither should an account be dismissed simply because it was transmitted orally rather than written down by the person that saw it, right? So, and like any historical source, oral traditions must be studied in their cultural context. So, yeah. And like Jess just pointed out, there was never just one legend, never one Yowie legend. Modern discussions often speak about the Aboriginal Yowie legend. I cannot talk. I'm going to take a drink. Oh, also say hello to my Hawaiian shaved ice, Alani. You know, I got to get that caffeine because I'm expecting you guys to want to after panel. So I had to gas it up with some juice. I'm trying to juice myself up so I can stay awake. All right. So anyways, the reality is more complicated, and different regional traditions have described beings interpreted by later writers as hairy wild people. My device is going off and my voice is being weird. Sorry. That's one of the first times I've noticed that. All right. So you've got the hairy wild people, dangerous bush beings, forest spirits, supernatural guardians, beings associated with cultural boundaries or prohibitions, isolated people living outside established communities. The State Library of New South Wales preserves the research papers of Australian cryptozoological research Paul Cropper, including correspondence, collected reports, research material, and documentation concerning the Yowie and related Australian traditions. The State Library also holds oral history material associated with Cropper's research and interviews. These collections demonstrate the breadth of material gathered under the modern label Yowie, but the existence of an archival collection does not itself validate every claim contained within it. Like we said, like just the fact that the claim or there's evidence of the claim doesn't mean that the report is true. It just means that the report exists. Doesn't automatically tell us what caused them. And again, that's a distinction that matters. So we'll take a little bit of another source break because I want you to be able to see this with your own eyeballs. And if you have clicked links in the description, then you might be even following along, which would be pretty cool. If I was on the other side of this, I would love to be following along right now. So there's all kinds of things that you can do in here and learn about Australia. We do have quite the Australian audience. So I mean, learn about your people. Let's see. All right, so you guys can see it, right? So this is Paul Cropper has researched animal folklore in Australia since 1975. He has co-authored 3 books on the subject: Out of the Shadows, Mystery Animals of Australia in 1994, The Yowie in Search of Australia's Bigfoot, 2006, and The Yowie File Encounters with Australian Ape Men in 2023. Yowies are believed to be ape-like creatures that inhabit the Australian wilderness, and reports can be found in Australian newspapers from early colonial times. Check this out. So here's one, right? So I'll save that. I'll save that for a minute. I just gave you a little peek, right? Because that's a newspaper clipping. If you don't see that date up there, it's from 1878. So super cool things you can find on the internet when you're doing a little bit of silly conspiracy theory research. Super interesting stuff. All right. So Yowies are believed to be ape-like creatures that inhabit the Australian wilderness, and reports that can be found in Australian newspapers from early colonial times, depending on geographic location. Aboriginal Australians have many different names for Yowies, including Doolagarl, Quinkin, Jugabina, Jorawara, Jimbra. I think I heard Jess say the Jimbra one. Thulagal and Junjidi. I think I also heard her say that one. I think I heard her say the Jimbra and the Junjidi one along with the Yowie. So there's a couple of different names. Let's see. Yeah, so here's all of the eyewitness reports, drawings, correspondence, notes, and clippings relating to Yowie sightings in Australia. So there's that. And then you have this over here. So this, excuse me. So this collection contains interviews by animal folklore researcher Paul Cropper with witnesses of Yowie and big cat sightings, which occurred in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, and the Northern Territory between 1938, 1939, and 1970 and 2005. It also includes some interviews by fellow researcher Tony Healy. I believe Tony Healy there's an Amazon documentary. I think it's on Amazon. That Tony Healy did, I think. We'll look at that in a minute. I'm going to get distracted and we won't get through this. So again, here's a list, dates, 1980, 2004, 2000. Here, I'll zoom this in for you guys. May 2001. So you have a Yowie sighting, Cali Beach, Queensland, Yowie report, Aboriginal eyewitness, New South Wales. Yeah, so different dates. Go all the way down to get to 1996. Yowie report. Yeah, pretty neat stuff. Get that, wind that out a little bit. Come back over to you guys. My mic is crackling. Yeah, my internet has been wonky. Earlier, my my Ethernet was plugged in to my laptop, and it wasn't showing. It's so weird. It wasn't showing as even connected to my Ethernet. Yeah, it's weird though because I'm connected to my freaking Ethernet. That's annoying. I'm so sorry for the low quality. Like, I have like one of the best internet packages that you can get that's not a business package. And I'm plugged into it. I think I probably need a new Ethernet cord. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Crusader. I appreciate it. Okay. So we said they gave a couple of names before Yowie. And one of the first surprises awaiting researches is that the word Yowie was obviously not always the dominant term as we've seen so far. Older Australian newspaper reports often use names as Yahoo, hairy man, wild man, Australian ape, brush monster. Historical newspaper references can be located through the National Library of Australia's Trove archive. Now, I tried to put the link in that takes you guys directly to the newspaper article. I'm sorry, it wouldn't work. Like when I would put it in there and click on it and the link would be broken. So I had to put it in there just as the regular Trove link. But you can go into there and you can search Yahoo devil, hairy man of the wood, stuff like that, and bring up some articles that will show you some reports. So I'm going to go to, let's see. The word Yahoo presents an immediate problem. Jonathan Swift used the same word in Gulliver's Travels for brutish human-like beings. That raises several possibilities. Urine settlers may have applied Swift's word to stories they heard in Australia. The newspaper may have been translated or reshaped as indigenous term into a familiar English word. An unrelated indigenous word may simply have sounded similar to Yahoo, or later writers may have blended different names together. So at present, the similarity alone does not prove which explanation is correct. And this is one of those moments when confident storytelling outruns the surviving evidence, as it so often does once humans discover that uncertainty gets fewer clicks. So you want to say things with confidence that, you shouldn't actually be standing on. But that's what people do. Let's talk a little bit about precision. One mistake appears repeatedly in modern documentaries and cryptid discussions. Separate indigenous traditions become merged into one. Separate regional names become merged into one, and separate historical accounts become merged into one. So things that shouldn't be merged into one are merged into one, and eventually people begin believing there has always been just one single Yowie tradition stretching across unchanged across America. The survival material suggests something more complicated. The modern Yowie may represent a combination of regional indigenous traditions, colonial interpretations, newspaper sensationalism, European wild man folklore, modern eyewitness reports, and 20th century cryptozoology. That does not make the mystery less interesting. It makes it more interesting because now we are investigating two mysteries at once. The first is whether an unknown being has been encountered in the Australian bush, and the second is how separate traditions and reports became woven together into the creature now called the Yowie. So let's go ahead and take a look at that newspaper article again that I gave you a little sneak peek at. And I went ahead and I made it big over here because I couldn't, this is too long. So I'm going to read it from over here. It says more about the pyramule. I hope I said that. Pyramule? I don't know. You guys can make fun of me if the Gritty Bag gets, make fun of me in the chat for saying these words weird. Okay. I don't care. It's whatever. I dare you. I'm just kidding. Do it. So it says a correspondent on whose good faith we rely, the same who sent us some particulars of the reported appearance in a western district of a strange creature resembling a hairy man, gives the following additional information on the subject. It is now about 18 months since I first heard of Pat King's adventure with the hairy man. I thought as little about it as my neighbors until I got the recital from his own lips. I fancy I am pretty sharp in detecting a falsehood and a certain link between the voice and the eye, but I could see no reason to doubt the story. Moreover, the character of the whole family is above reproach. I have since seen the young man's sister, who tells me that when her brother Tim ran home and told about the sight he had seen, he was as white as a sheet, and gave a better description and a few more particulars than his brother. She likewise reports another meeting with this strange thing. A settler's daughter, having gone for the cows, an older sister, thinking she was long away, went out to assist her. On turning the corner of a bush fence, about a quarter of a mile from the hut, she suddenly stood face to face with the stranger. No doubt both were frightened as they stood watching each other until the sister called out that she had all the cows, when the hairy creature turned about and walked leisurely away. This last adventure, like the three black crows, took all shapes ere it reached our neighborhood 2 years ago. We always doubted the existence of this strange animal, but after conversing with some of the actors and hearing the recital from neighbors who lived beside them, we see no reason to discredit it any longer. Names: Longfellow, Mr. Longworth. There's no great difference in our names. I think this is, yeah, something else. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. I mean, it's one report in the newspaper. Also, again, that newspaper is from August 13th, 1878. So 200, or wait a minute. Hold on, let me do math. 188 years ago. Crucible Crusader, tell me if I did my math right. Is it 188 years ago? So, you know, the original claim was that the Aboriginal Australians have always shared one common belief in a being called the Yowie, and that's what we were investigating. Obviously, I think that if you have any brain at all, you would agree that that is unsupported. Having one name for this is unsupported. Again, remember, we were not trying to prove or disprove the existence of this thing, but just do a little bit more research on it and find out where it came from. And honestly, you can go back and back and back, and it just keeps changing, and it's never had just one name the way the claim was made. So Australia contains many, again, distinct indigenous cultures and traditions. Accounts involving hairy, wild, dangerous, or spiritual beings vary by community and region. So, let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you can take all of those you take all of those sources. Just want to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. So you can take all of those sources and you can look further into it. You can look further back. If you're in Australia and you're bored and you haven't already done some research into it, you obviously have access to things over there that we don't over here. I don't know how close you are to the physical location. Some of you are to the physical locations of these museums. I think you guys have libraries. I don't know. But happy trailing. So, I think that we've learned something unexpected for some of us. I think it's probably not too unexpected for the Aussies in the house. But there was, again, never one single Aboriginal Yowie legend. And instead, Australia contains many cultures, each within its own traditions, language, histories, and understanding of the world. That does not prove the Yowie exists, but also doesn't prove that it doesn't exist. It challenges one of the most common assumptions surrounding the mystery, and perhaps the Yowie is one creature described under many names. Perhaps unrelated stories were gradually combined. Perhaps settlers reshaped indigenous traditions throughout translation, misunderstanding, or sensational newspaper reporting. Or perhaps the modern Yowie is something entirely new, built from fragments of older stories. Sometimes the first mystery is not the creature, it is the story we have been told about the creature. So let's go ahead and do a chat check before we go into, because I have some questions. Let's go. All right. Let's get me all big over here again. Hi, I'm Avarice. I'm DSD. I hope you like my show about the Australian Bigfoot, the Yowie. All right. All right. All right. Jess says, to be honest, not many people who see this stuff here report it either. We don't make a spectacle of these things like Americans do, probably because we're just so used to crazy, dangerous stuff here. I got to sneeze. Well, there are reports of it. And there are other, almost every single place in the world has its own like Bigfoot or like some kind of beast like that. What is that? Gimpy? What? The Gimpy? Now that just sounds silly, okay? We do love this shit. If you want to experience a Yowie, spend some time between Warialda and Mungindi. Listen, I feel like I should have an accent when I say those words. I do. I feel like saying it with my American accent is just, it's like butchering the word. It needs to come out Aussie. Oh yeah, there's my Grifty Bag links. Am I not entertaining you? I got the Stuffleys. Okay, let's go. No. I wasn't questioning if you have libraries. I said you have you have the libraries there. Like you can go like there's some of these links take me to some of the Australian libraries. And obviously I can't go to the Australian library, but you guys can. So you have better access to these actual secondary and like tertiary and other sources, So let's see. Hello, Ash. You're starting a conspiracy theory? Let's go. I want to hear it. Yes. Mungindai. Now I sound like I'm Asian. Why did you do that to me? Did you hear what I said last night? If you weren't here and heard what I said last night, it almost sounded like I violated something. It was hilarious. You have to watch my other stream from yesterday to hear it on your own. I'm not telling you what the timestamp is either. I need them watch hours, boy. Just as common here with Bigfoot amongst other sheet, but Americans report sightings anyways. Yeah. Listen, I don't know if it's a homeless person or Bigfoot, okay? Just another day. Okay. Let me do a grift link check just in case somebody decided to send me some doll hairs. None that way. Let's look over here. None that way. The gimpy gimpy is the world's most poisonous plant. It's also very, very common in Australia. I actually got into some trouble with that when I was younger. Wow. Well, it doesn't have a conspiracy theory attached to it. I don't do poisonous plants. I do scary stories and what might be lurking in the corner. Right now I'm oh I have something to share with you guys. But I'm going to need at least $5 in the grifty bag before I do it. I forgot that I had something to share with you guys because I completed it right before I started the stream. I was scared that I wasn't going to have enough time to complete it, but I was able to complete it, and I would like to share it with you guys. But I feel like you don't feel like I have been entertaining you tonight. And I have been live for a whole hour and 12 minutes, and I still don't have anything in my doll hair, in my grifty bag. So maybe I'll just sit here and stare at myself the way you guys sit and stare at me and not give myself any money the way you guys don't give me any money. Sounds fair to me. Listen, I do this for the lesson, but come on. At least pay me minimum wage. What am I? Chopped liver? I definitely don't look like chopped liver. Yeah, there it is. There's those links. They're pinned in chat. You see them. You're just ignoring them. Also, yeah, I know that's right, Crucible Crusader. You know what, sir? I'm a traditional conservative woman, so I'm going to do what I'm told by a man, and I'm going to make these people listen to the grifty track. Get ready, you brocos. Brocos. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, here you go, brocos. Stop right now. Listen, RLM, shut the front door. Stop. I was just thinking about you because I wrote a song and you were part of the inspiration of the song. I also was a part of the inspiration and ladies that are single, you know? So I wrote a song, and all of us women out there that don't want to like dominate men, but like, yeah, we're a little bit like loud or whatever. We still kind of want a good man. I wrote a song, and like you were like in the back of my mind along with some other ladies, and I hope somebody pays $5 because it's $5 for a surprise. I wrote a song, and you guys need to pay me $5 so I can let you hear it. Oh, thanks. An A for effort. That's like participation trophy. So I don't know if I want to accept it or not, but maybe one day I can come to the Australia. I'll fly in my imaginary airplane to the imaginary land of Australia and see the imaginary Yowie. One day. Anyways, back to the boobies, because you owe me $5 so I can freaking play you guys this new song. Look, Book of RLM comes in with a play that bish for $5. Yeah, I know that's right. Okay, let me go ahead and turn this off. Let me go ahead and also add $5 to our Grifty Bag goal, which is now at 2:05, and I have to change that date because that's of 8/1. All right. Save that. Put that bad boy back up there on that. Nope, not that one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There we go, that one. All right. Yeah, she said done. So W's in the chat for Book of RLM, please. And let me find this song real quick. Oh, I might still have to add it. I downloaded it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now listen. I don't want to hear none of you dudes being like, "Oh, that's so good." Listen, this is for the ladies out there that's single. And yeah, we might be a little bit loud sometimes, but we're still looking for a good man because we know we're a little bit loud, and sometimes we know we need to be wrangled. Okay, so this one goes out to all of us.
Got my keys by the door. Coffee on the shelf. A dress on the chair. Nowhere to go with myself. I pour my own drink. Lights down. Music up. And say cheers to an empty cup. I need to say. I need a change. I'm getting tired of calling my name. I want somebody's hand in the dark. I'm all right.
I'll restart it. I know why. I'll restart it. Hold on. Son of a gun. I mean, I ain't against listening to it again. To be honest. Okay.
I got my keys by the door. Coffee, on the shelf. A dress on the chair. Nowhere to go with myself. I pour my own drink. Lights down, music up. And say cheers to an empty cup. I need saving. I need change. I'm getting tired of calling.
You're right. It's doubling on YouTube. I don't know why it's doing that. Because when it's playing here, straight from my StreamYard, it's not doing that. Hold on. So it's playing clean through my headphones. Why is it doing that? Let me... You know what? Let's just fucking play it from my fucking Suno. I hate doing it that way because the sound quality is awful, but maybe that... Because I didn't hear it here, but I definitely heard it through YouTube. So let me try to fix it because it's a damn good song. All right. Oh, no, I don't want it there. Yeah, no. No. Not like that. That was awful. I agree with Jess. Like, that was awful. So let me just, let's do this. I wonder if it was something that happened while I was downloading it. I think I was downloading it when I was having the issues with my internet. So, all right, let me get it brought up. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Damn. RLM pays $5 for a shitty audio. That's not fair at all. Okay. Share screen. Was it really? What the fuck is going on? I wonder if it's my StreamYard. Let's find out. You guys tell me if it's doubling while I'm playing it through straight from Suno. Yeah, I probably couldn't tell if it's doing it for the Boobies song because it's like it's the beat so like all right. Let me mute.
got my keys by the door, coffee cup on the shelf, a dress hung over the chair, nowhere to go with myself. I pour my own drink, lights down, music up, and say a cheers to an empty cup. I got my keys by the door, coffee cup on the shelf, a dress hung over the chair, nowhere to go with myself. I pour my own drink, lights down, music up, and say a cheers to an empty cup. I need saving, I need a change. I'm getting tired of calling my name. I want love, I want love, I want somebody's hand in the dark. I'm alright alone, I'm alright alone, but I want love, I want love in my heart. I know how to laugh at a dinner for one, I know how to lay back when the work is all done. But this house stays still and the nights stay cold. I can hold my own, but I'm not made of stone. I need saving, I don't need this yearning. I want a fire that always stays burning. I want love, I want love, I want somebody's hand in the dark. I'm alright alone, I'm alright alone, but I want love, I want love in my heart. Maybe I'm fine, maybe I'm free, maybe I'm just tired of only seeing me. If you come close, please mean it true. I'll leave the door unlocked for you. I want love, I want love, I want somebody's hand in the dark. I'm not alright alone, I'm not alright alone, and I want love, I want love in my heart. I want love, and I want it to start.
So there's that. I'm glad that came through clean. I'm a little disappointed in StreamYard because I prefer it that way. I purr it that way. The cat purrs it that way. Love is all we need, baby. Dig it, DST. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, anyways. Look, do we want a after panel or let me do something real quick. Bam. Hey, that's me all big and went nuts. Do we want to do an after panel or, I mean, are you guys done with me for the night? I feel neglected. Yeah, Charles, where you been? Where you been, Charles? Charles, where you been? Did you hear my story about the Yowie? Did you listen to at least a little bit of it, or did you just come here afterwards? Who's trying to police you? A Yank was trying to tone police you. Oh. Police me, he said. Police me? Let's see. All right. The new track dropped. I hope you guys liked it. I shall publish it on my Suno very soon. All right. Let's do this. Look, I know there's some Aussies out there that want to tell me their stories. I know there's also got to be somebody else out there that wants to tell me about their stories, about their Bigfoot experiences. If you want to do that, it's $25 for an open panel. And we're going to do it by 45 on your clock. 45 on your clock. You were having health issues. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better. Prayers for your health. Good sir. You know, when you're a regular, people will notice when you don't show up. And I do get worried about my subscribers that sometimes don't show up for a while. Regulars do get noticed, you know, people that are in the chat all the time. A kangaroo infection? No. Charles Grumbleskullskin wants to know if you had a kangaroo infection. Oh man, this sucks. I guess I'm gonna have to bring up my Suno because we need a little music, and my StreamYard music isn't working very well, and I don't understand why. So let me get my Suno brought back up because I'm going to do a little thing, and I'm going to close the shutter on my camera. You know what I'm going to do. And but I can't leave you just staring at nothing. Then you'll all go away, and I don't want to do that. So how about we listen to maybe if I play somebody's favorite song, they'll come in and hang out. Hold on. Share the screen. Share the screen. What up, Buddha? I see you. We're about to take a music break while we grifty grift. Yo, yo, yo. Watch out. Koala infection. Ew, chlamydia. Charles, did you get chlamydia? I'm sorry. You shouldn't touch the koalas. Who sent me money? Hey, Buddha Custom be playing that $5 late tax. Let's go. That's a good chatter. Am I right? W's in the chat. W's in the chat. We'll go ahead and apply that to the $25 for the open panel. There's those grifty links pinned in the chat. Also, we got to update that Grifty Bag ticker. Let's do that one first, because that's the one I often forget about. So we take that up to 210. Yeah. Show it back across there. Where's that $25? Let's break it down to the, oops. Hide, edit. $20. $20 for open panel. Hamaji. That's an open. That's a inside joke for people that were here for Dark Origins. Hamaji. Okay. There's that $20 for an open panel. You know what I'm saying? If not, I'm just going to send you somewhere else. Spell that thing. Chlamydia. you don't have to spell it to be able to contract it, Charles. Am I right, chat? Stop touching koalas, Charles. Stay away from the sisters, Charles. All right, let's see. Did I share it? Yeah, I got it up. All right. Let's do it. Half price halo.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Found an angel on a clearance rack. Tilted halo in a plastic wrap. Price tag hanging from a cardboard wing. Barcode where the prayer should be. Dust on the box, bright 90% off. Tiny gold sticker peeling at the top. I laughed out loud in the middle of aisle 3. Like, is this exactly meant for me? Half price halo hanging by a thread. Marked down miracle blue on red. It's saving me as last year's trend. Ring it up anyway. I might still mend. Half price halo, scratch but it shines. Perfectly crooked, kinda like my mind. If grace is on sale till the day is through, I'll spend every coin just to walk out with you. Cashier asked, big night or a joke? I said, bit of both, but I'm kinda broke. Carry that box like it weighed my past. All my almost on my shattered glass. Hung it up over my bedroom door. Crooked again like it been before. Whisper, listen, I'm a little late, but maybe discount saints can still relate. Half price halo hanging by a thread. Marked down miracle blue on red. It's saving me as last year's trend. Bring it up anyway, I might still mend. Half price halo, scratch but it shines. Perfectly crooked, kinda like my mind. If grace is on sale till the day is through, I spend every coin just to walk out with you. Hey! Maybe all the perfect ones got sold. The people who pretend they never fold. I'll take the chip, one dented it in glue. I've never trusted anything brand. Half price halo hanging by a thread. Marked down miracle blue on red. It's saving me as last year's trend. Ring it up anyway, I might still mend. Half price halo, scratch but it shines. Perfectly crooked, kinda like my mind. If this is all I ever get, that's true. I'll wear my half price halo till it feels brand new. Oh yeah. I'll do the same. Yeah. They say lean into your femininity, but I'd rather lean into my crazy.
Enjoy the music.
They wanna sing, girl, but you know you like this.
baby. You say you like 'em pure, you say you like 'em clean. From the first day we met, you knew this wasn't me. Why you acting all surprised? Why do you look confused? With all the warnings you were giving, this shit falls back on you. Yeah. You want it sweet, you want it tame, but you kept calling out my name. Now you wanna change the frame, but you started this flame. You don't get to murder my name, without the truth coming out, so I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
Don't make me turn the Boobies song on.
You don't get to murder my name, then act like I'm to blame. No, I'll do the same. I'll do the same. Yeah. You love the bite, love the spark, love the way I lit your dark. And when I showed you all my teeth, you said I went too far, but I was never your good girl.
Now I don't have to yell over it.
Prize. You took the red flags home with you, now don't act so surprised. I gave
I'll write that
you
down.
truth in pieces, you turned it into shame. Now every word you threw at me comes back with your name.
Chirpy.
You want it sweet, you want it tame, but you kept calling out my name. Now you wanna change the frame, but you started this flame. You don't get to murder my name, without the truth coming out, so I'll do the same. I'll do the same. You don't get to murder my name, then act like I'm to blame. No, I'll do the same. I'll do the same. Yeah, say it soft, say it pretty. Won't make it less than what you did. I held the mirror, you held the knife. Now live with every line I spit. You don't get to murder my name, without the truth coming out, so I'll do the same. I'll do the same. You don't get to murder my name, and act like I'm to blame. No, I'll do the same.
Avarice's song.
I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
This one. Oh, that one. This one.
They say
Yeah.
lean into your femininity,
Of course.
but I'd rather lean into my crazy. You say you wanna sing, girl, but you know you like,
I'll give you 2 plays.
baby. You say you like 'em pure, you say you like 'em clean. From the first day we met, you knew this wasn't me.
Oh, this is a repeat of this. Hold on.
Why do you look confused with all the warnings you were giving? This shit falls back on you.
I want to listen to this real quick.
You want it tame.
I like that version of this song. But while I'm waiting for that to come through to play her song, I want to listen to, where the fuck is it? Rent Free. I like this one. There you go. We got all kinds of ideas tonight. We are due for a creative stream, aren't we? I'd be doing all my creatives. All right. I'll be doing all my creative shit in the background these days.
Same old villain in the story, same old former friend. Every thumbnail screams a name, every title throws a dart. Building whole careers around a bruised and fragile heart. The comments cheer the spectacle, the outrage pays the bills. Every tiny slight becomes a mountain made of clips.
I had to do some other things I forget.
Somewhere between the echo and the spin, the algorithm loves revenge. So let the loop begin. You say you're moving on, but every road leads back. You call it holding
People accountable.
The receipt say it's an endless lap. Living rent free 24/7. Turning one bad day into digital heaven. Every stream, every post, every final reply. Funny how the finale never says goodbye. Claim they don't matter, that's the headline you sell. And spend another 3 hours ringing the same old bell. If they're really in your past, what's your future built on them? You keep feeding yesterday until it blooms again. Until it blooms again.
I shall play them.
New subscribers, same old script, rewritten every night, adding extra chapters just to keep the numbers right.
I imagine it's coming through Dream Elements.
Calling it awareness. Wow, recycling the
There it is.
frame.
All right.
Starts wondering, didn't we hear this before? But conflict keeps the lights on, so you open one more door. Not every critic is a villain, not
All right.
every bruise is a scar. Sometimes the lattice prison doesn't even have bars. Moving on.
All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Fuck around, find out.
Fuck around, find out. Fuck around, find out. Fuck around, find out. You wear your ego like a loaded gun, thinking you're the chosen one. Talking shit just for the thrill. So blind by what you feel. You throw your weight, you test your luck. I guess making a fool of yourself wasn't enough. You're walking tall on borrowed ground, forgetting liars eventually drown. You think you're untouchable above it all. Funny how these stupid cunts always fall. Fuck around, find out. Keep talking big, keep running that mouth. Fuck around, find out. Every lie you say comes crashing down. Fuck around, find out. You the fuse, don't cry, victim now. You fucked around, now find out. Silver tongue with the snake's grin. Threw your dignity in the bin. Change stories every day. Hoping truth just fades away. Stabbing backs with a handshake smile. Thinking you'll outrun every mile. But poison always leaves a stain. And every mask slips in the rain. The mirror never tells a lie, just waits for the perfect time. Fuck around, find out. Truth has a way of calling you out. Fuck around, find out. Talk your trash, spread your schemes. Fuck around, find out. That's exactly what it means. Find out. Find out. Then get hunted down. Fuck around, find out. You talk your shit, you wanted the smoke. Every word you say is just another joke. Respect can't grow where lies are sown. So you'll stand there all alone. The louder the lie, the harder the fall. When truth comes knocking, there's nowhere left to hide it all. Every choice has a price to pay. You can't outrun just a day. Fuck around, find out. That's the only truth right now. Fuck around. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm avarice, I'm kicking down the door, rolling in the panels like a storm across the floor. No quiet entrance, no waiting in the wings. I bring the kind of chaos that makes the whole room sing. The chat starts shaking when they hear my name. Another panel that won't stay the same. I'm a rocket in an engine, got a fire in my brain. I'm turning up the volume like a runaway train. I'm avarice, you know what I bring. Big energy, loud voice, I'm doing my thing. Calling out the nonsense, putting truth on display. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it that way. No filter, no hiding, no words left behind. I speak what I'm thinking, I speak what I find. Love me or hate me, you know where I stand. Avarice is shaking up the whole online land. Panel after panel, I'm crashing the scene. A whirlwind of energy, loud and obscene. People start talking, then I raise the bar. I'm the lightning in the room, everywhere I go, I make myself a star. Some say I'm trouble, some say I'm wild, but I keep it moving with the rubble style smile. I'm calling out names, I'm bringing the heat, never backing down, never missing the beat. Maybe I'm chaos, maybe I'm noise, maybe I'm breaking all the predictable toys. But when the room goes quiet and nobody speaks, I'm the voice that shows up when the truth gets weak. I'm avarice, remember the sound, the loudest energy when I'm coming around. Breaking the panel, shaking the frame. Say what you want, but you'll remember the name.
Oh, those were great. Ah. Oh, fantastic. I might be, you never know. They say I'm a witch or something like that. Lawrence does call me the Crystal Princess. All right, what time is it? Man, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. We don't get that $10 in the next 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night and send you over to somebody that I guess you'll find more entertaining. Am I not entertaining you? Have I not entertained you? Ooh. Wait a minute. Did I? Yeah, I changed it. $10, people. $10. $10 or 10 coinages. $10 in coinages. Ooh. What up, Caleb? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. We are working on an open panel in the next 5 minutes. We are working on $10. $10 to open this panel up and have a little bit of fun. I'm caffeinated. I got my favorite. I was so happy when I reached in the refrigerator this morning or just a little while ago, not this morning, and grabbed the very last Hawaiian shaved ice, Alani. Mm-hmm. It sounded like I said shaved ass. I didn't. I said shaved ice. Shaved ice. It's okay. Let somebody else take care of it. It's just, look at this. This lady this lady paid $5 to send me $10. Okay, where are you guys at? Shave your ass. Where you at? Crystal Princess, are you fragile? Yes, I am, as a matter of fact. Yes. Yeah, I got a crystal ball. Crystal ball princess. 4 minutes. I know. I heard it as well when I said it. That's why I went after I drank the last drop of my Hawaiian shaved ice. I had to correct it and say, I know what it sounds like. But I did not reach in the refrigerator and grab a Hawaiian shaved ice. Okay. Who's sending me money over here? Oh, look at that. Caleb coming in with a big $5 for the grift. So we got 3 minutes to get another $5 in. Get back in the crystal. You know, I'm moving to DC soon. I'm going to start myself a crystal tycoon. If you know, you know. All right, let's go ahead and change that to $5 and increase the grifty bag $5. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and increase that grifty bag $5 hairs. I got to keep telling myself that so I don't forget. Repetition, repetition, repetition. There we go. $5. $5 in the next 2 minutes. And we get an open panel to do all the shenanigans. I got like 2 hours I can go. So everybody can see it. And go subscribe to it. Like this. Hold on. See, this is Jess White's Suno profile and creations. Go subscribe to her, follow her Suno profile, and listen to her creations because she's fantastic. See, that's why. Welcome. Welcome. I mean, welcome. Yeah, you did. I got it. Mm-hmm. Yep, it sure did. 1 minute, I'm taking this money and running. No open panel for you. No more music for you. No more shenanigans. No talking about the Aussie Yowie or the American Bigfoot or any variation of those. All you, $5. You're going to give up an open panel over $5, you people? I know. I know. Am I not entertaining? Am I not entertaining you? Yeah, let's fucking go. I know, me too. Charles is too poor. It's okay, Charles. I guess nobody, you know what? What do I even do this for? I do it because I enjoy doing it. That's why I enjoy doing it. I come back to stream again when I don't make any donos on a stream. That I just do it because I love doing it. And it is now 0-0 on everybody's clock, which means we have not reached the goal, which means we do have to call it a night because, like Jess said, you're a bunch of freeloaders. What's the clock? It's 00 on everybody's clock, no matter where they are in the world right now. And we didn't reach the goal. You know, if How Long Nate wasn't sleeping right now, he would come in here and he would sing Celine Dion to you. Or Timu Whitney Houston. Dope. All right. Well, I guess I have to do it like this since my stuff isn't working. You'll put $5? I mean, I'll take the notice as long as that money comes through, Crucible Crusader. I got trust in you. If Jess goes up, I don't know if she can. Can she? Yeah, because it's like daytime for her. Her chitlins is running around. I'll put a pause on closing down. I'll give it a couple minutes. Yeah, it's like noon there on Sunday. She doesn't usually come up on panels when her children are running around. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe we should, I mean, don't worry about it, Crucible Crusader, if you haven't already done it. And what we'll do, unless you've already done it, I don't know which way you do it usually. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about it. We'll do it on like one of my like open panel streams, like Taco Tuesday or something. That usually happens when her kids are in bed, like around midnight. Well, shoot, I might have to start it early that day or maybe on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll send $5 anyways. Well, I appreciate it. Do we want to keep it for an open panel, or you guys, I mean, we're viewership is running slim. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah, we can do a private StreamYard recording and then I'll release it. Yeah, I don't want her to either. That's why I figured I wanted some other Aussies to come up, but I knew Jess wouldn't be able to. Yeah. All right, well then. I guess I for credit. There we go. Yes. Crucible Crusader got $5 on credit. That, you know what? Yeah, we'll just leave that on credit. Crucible Crusader got $5 on credit. I better write that down. I don't want to forget. Credit for CC1. $5 CC1. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. All right. So, yeah, that brings us to the end. But I mean, before I send you away, we didn't get to do that open panel, but there were some questions that I had, and I still want to put those questions out there. So, you know, again, don't have to answer them now since we're getting ready to close down. Maybe one of them sticks out to you. Maybe you answer all of them. I don't know. Whatever. Just some things to think about. So is an oral tradition less trustworthy simply because it was not written down? At what point does a collection of separate regional traditions become one modern legend? When European settlers recorded indigenous stories, how much might have been changed through translation? Are we investigating a biological mystery, a cultural mystery, or both? Have modern cryptozoologists unintentionally combined unrelated traditions into one creature? Could the word Yahoo have been imposed by European writers familiar with Jonathan Swift? What evidence would be needed to show that two traditions from different regions describe the same being? Does the consistency of modern reports matter if the witnesses were already familiar with the Yowie folklore? When an archive preserves witness accounts, does that strengthen the creature claim or only establish that the reports were made? And if researchers 200 years from now studied today's Yowie discussions, what assumptions might they mistakenly treat as historical fact? So I'll bring you back to like a little setting. So the fire is burning low and it's time to leave the grove. Tonight, we did not solve a mystery. We asked better questions. And sometimes that is the first step towards finding better answers. So until next time, keep your mind open, keep your standard high, and do not mistake confidence for evidence. And as always, this is going to be a little bit more difficult because I don't have my stuff right here to just do it. But from one weirdo to the rest, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fuck off. Wait for the music. I'm telling you, it's just not as smooth of a transition. It's just not as smooth, and I'm sad now because I can't find my own music. Oh no. This stinks. Bear with me. I'm very sorry. StreamYard sucks. Oh my gosh. I can't find our song, you guys. This is really bad. Why can't I find our songs? Okay, there it is. Here it is.
I just want to be normal. Why the fuck can I be normal? I bet it's boring to be normal. It's better to be fucking weird. Get weird! Get weird! Get weird! Normal's a dead-end street. Get weird! Get weird! I like the weirdo in me. Keep your clean little grin. I got greasy hands. I trip over the rules. Then I laugh where I land. If I fit in, I choke. If I don't, I breathe. I was made for the glitch, not the box that they give me. Get weird. Get weird. Normal's a dead-end street. Get weird. Get weird. I like the weirdo in me. Tripping over nothing, dropping feathers. You don't have to be alone. We can get weird together. You can show me your collections and I can show you mine. We might be weirdos, but I think we'll be just fine. Get weird, get weird.